Hi, what's up guys? This is my first YouTube video for my restoration of my 1978 Honda CT70. I'm going to show you a couple things I've got going on. Today we're going to be working on the fenders and a taillight bracket I just got. We're going to show you how to, I'm keeping them kind of patinaed, but I'm going to show you how to polish them with some dollar store aluminum foil and, you know, some body hammers and a little time and effort. All right, let's get to it.
This is my CT70 project. It is a 1978. As you can see, it's very patinaed, kind of weathered. I got it in kind of disassembled into parts. I put it mostly back together into a roller just to see what I have and what I don't have. I've been tracking down a few parts. I should be getting a triple bridge here shortly, so I can go from there. And I also just picked up a pair of fenders and a taillight bracket. They are not in the best condition. They've got some dings and dents and some pitting here and there, as well as some rust underneath, as you can see. And the taillight bracket, obviously something hit it. I just removed the thing. Somebody smashed that pretty good. But we're going to see what we can do with this. We're going to try to straighten it out. I got my body hammers here, and we're going to show you how to polish a little bit of stuff reusing the original chrome with your good old-fashioned aluminum foil, which I got this from the local dollar store. I've already done a little bit of work on this one just to show you guys the difference of how this works. I've done the front here, and I've already polished that up quite a bit. As you can see, there's a good difference between the front and the back. And this is literally just using aluminum foil and water. I also did a little bit of body work to the front end of the fender too, because it had some dents. They're still there, but they're better than they were. I may continue to massage those out a little bit. It just takes time, effort, and messing with it. Also, just to see how it will do on the bottom, I did a little bit of this one on the bottom, and as you can see, even this one is getting a lot of the corrosion off and bringing back the chrome that's underneath. It's a pretty effective tool. It's really cheap, and I'm going to show you guys a little bit of doing it and what it's going to look like after it comes out, after we finish it. And hopefully it looks pretty good, and it'll go with on the bike. I'm leaving the bike patinaed. It's going for kind of a rat rod look, and we'll see where we go from there. All right, so we're going to try to straighten out this taillight bracket. As you can see, it's kind of bowed out. It's been tweaked pretty good. It's kind of crooked. Probably somebody crashed it on another bike or tried to do a wheelie and failed at that. I'm not sure. But it can show you how you can recondition parts that are not in the most pristine condition. Let's save you some money, because these were pretty cheap. I managed to get all these parts and the fenders for $35. So, and that's really cheap generally for what you see some of this stuff go for on like eBay. So we're going to try to recondition this. I don't care if it's perfect. Again, I'm just going for better than it was. We're going to straighten it out with some basic body work tools. We're going to try to straighten this thing out. Now, all you need is some basic body working tools. You can get these at Harbor Freight. That's where I got these years ago. You'll need some dollies and some body working hammers. And what you want to do, just take your dolly, get it on your surface you want to make straight. I'm going to see if this thing will fit in here. Because we're pretty bowed out right here. We've got a pretty good curve. So we can put the dolly as our straight edge on the inside of this. We can then use the hammer to kind of shape it back flat again. It doesn't want to fit, so let's see if we can use this one. Alright, yeah, there we go. So we're going to line it up in here as best we can. It doesn't have to be perfect. And you're just going to find the highest point of the dent and kind of reshape it. Now you can see how much of a difference that already made. We already bent it back quite a bit from where it was. And you're just going to keep doing that. The key is to know when to stop. You don't want to go too hard or too fast, because you can actually make it worse than it was if you kind of overwork it. So we're just going to just do the best we can. We're going to move the dolly around a little bit and just try to straighten it out the best we can. It's not going to come out probably perfect. Again, if you're like me, you're kind of doing this in your garage. But you can do the best you can, and you'll end up with a better part than you started with. And you'll help blow it in a lot more from where it was. Just gonna keep putting this here. And you can already see how much of a difference we've made
how much straighter that already is. Again, is it perfect? No. Is it better than it was? Hell yeah. We're just gonna keep working this. I'm gonna keep working this out. I'm gonna try to straighten it as best I can, get this tweak out of it here, and we'll see how it comes out.
And you can see how much progress I've actually made on this already. It is much straighter than what we started with, both there and here on the sides. It is still a little tweaked to the right, but this whole side that was pretty bent in is now a lot straighter. You can still see the little divot there, but otherwise it's getting better. I can keep playing with it, try to get it to shift left a little bit, which I probably will. But we just turned most people may consider a junk part into a usable part, and with about 15 minutes of banging on it. So shows you how you can recondition some parts that you would otherwise think maybe aren't usable. Okay, now we're going to do a little bit of the polishing. As I showed you before, I did a little bit of this side. And it doesn't take much to do this. Again, this just takes some aluminum foil. This stuff from Dollar Tree. It's kind of paper thin, but whatever. If you want to spend more on the Reynolds wrap and actually do it with some thicker stuff, go for it. It just manages how long it'll last. But it's 40 feet, so if it wears out fast, I don't really care. And then the other thing you need is a little bit of water. I got this Mr. thing. I thought I had a different one. So forgive it being pink. That's what I had handy. But you can use a cup of water, anything. You're just going to take this foil, fold it up, ball it up, whatever. There's no right way, wrong way to do it. Since this stuff's kind of thin, I'm going to kind of try to make it in there. We're going to use it similarly like you would with sandpaper. We're just going to take some water. We're just going to kind of wet it. And wet this with the foil too. And you're just going to kind of sand it. It's a little elbow grease, but you can already see how much it's working, how much it's polishing it up. And you just got to keep looking at it, and we'll come back and see how it comes out when we're done. Still working this fender, but as you can see, you get this kind of like black buildup as you're rubbing it with the foil. This is what you want. This is actually working the rust particles. It's some kind of chemical reaction, but this stuff works as kind of your polish. So when you see this is good. This is actually what you want, and you just keep rubbing on it, and you'll watch the rust blooms kind of disappear. Just keep working on it. Progress so far, as you can see, we've made a lot of progress on reducing the rust blooms on this fender here. Again, is it not? It's still got some pitting. It was pitted pretty bad on the back side, but it has shined it up quite a bit. And then again, for $1, I'm not really complaining. It still keeps that aged look that I'm going for, leaving it a little rough around the edges, but it gets rid of like a lot of the surface rust on here. And it makes it look a little nicer. So it's got a little bit of shiny to go with all the other age on it. This will not, again, obviously you can't get rid of this pitting with just foil. That'd have to be re-chromed or something. But if you're trying to get rid of the rust blooms, hey, this is a good guys, here's the finished product bolted on the bike. I just got them kind of finger tight just to show them how they look. But you can see how much better they do look from what we started with. They're still patina, they're still aged, which goes with the rest of the finish of the bike. But I think they look a lot better than they did. This taillight bracket is much straighter than when we started with. This thing was pretty jacked. I said I'm happy with it. Again, the underside was hard to get a little cleaner, but it looks better than it did. Maybe I'll hit that with a wire wheel and maybe some black paint or something. I don't know. But it does. Even that was starting to come up. But for these top sides, they look much better than what we originally started with. And even my top plate came, so I got that on too. So I'm ready for some bars when I get like a donor pit bike, so I can put the bars on this and the all-important missing engine. Can't wait to have that. All right, well, that's going to wrap it about up. Hopefully we'll have some more videos here on the 70. I'm also going to be working on my old Suzuki here. This is an old TS250 street legal 2-stroke enduro. Hoping to refresh this. I got to get a couple more parts I'm waiting on. As you can see, I got the new fender. We're going to mount that. Probably going to put some new shocks on it. And I need some stuff to fix the signals so they keep falling down. And we're going to just kind of refresh it eventually. Kind of more of a trail bike. I'm probably going to put different mirrors on it, some hand guards, different grips, a few other things. Kind of modernize it. We'll have that. Got another 250 here. That's my dad's. And eventually maybe even we'll see something this, another one of my dad's bikes. It's an old CP750. We actually chainsawed out of a tree. We got this bike for free, so it's pretty cool. And my brother's XS project over there, he's kind of turning that into a flat tracker. Hopefully he'll finish that one day. And then my daily here is a XSR 700. Hopefully gonna do this. Hoping to get it tuned soon. I have an Acura exhaust on it, and I'm hoping to get that tuned and pull the baffle and really open that thing up. Shout out to Two Wheel Dyno Works. That's who I'm gonna probably have tune it for me. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I'll see you next time, and have a great one.